our channel!
Hi, yeah, so as you have seen in our last video, we've attended the information trade here in Berlin, the JuBi, and most visitors always had the same questions. So we decided to do a video to summarize the main important things about AFS.
And we try to do it as exciting as possible so you don't fall asleep. Good luck with that and enjoy our video! Cut. Okay, so you probably found that already out, and by the way, we mentioned that in our first video on Instagram, on Facebook, and in the info bar down below. And so it doesn't take that much to know what AFS is, but maybe you forgot or you just simply don't care, so I repeat it again.
Founded in 1915, AFS is a non-profit organization for exchange programs, volunteer programs, and language camps. We want to connect lives and share cultures.
Okay, let's start this boring lecture, Natalie. I think the main difference is that we are all based on volunteers, so no matter if our chapter coordinators or we as a PR team, we are all volunteering here.
So we actually don't need to be here and don't need to do that, but we really enjoy that, to share the AFS spirit with everyone and to share and represent the AFS effect. Okay, so I guess the most classical program and how everything started with AFS is the student exchange. You basically go to a foreign country and attend the school for 6 months or 1 year. And then there's also the volunteer program, also for a longer period of time, where you do social work, you can work in a school, you can teach English, you can work with the community, or also at the AFS office in another country.
Yeah, and you're also able to do shorter programs, so you can either go to a host family and do a school exchange from 4 weeks up to 3 months, or you can do a language camp, or you can also do shorter volunteer programs.
And of course, we're always looking for nice and caring host families who want to share the family life with the exchange students for either 6 months or 1 year. So yes, you can see, you can have a lot of programs at AFS, no matter if you're young or old, wise or silly, there's for every interest something.
So this is a very complex question to answer because it depends on the program you choose, but you definitely have a very long list to choose from in which country you want to go.
And to give you just a better insight, we do a voiceover and show you the webpage from AFS, and show you some examples from the countries right now.
Okay, so here's the webpage of AFS. That's the German one, and so you have all the different programs here you can choose from. And depending on the programs, you have also different countries. So for example, here you have the volunteer programs, and then you can click on the countries, and then you have like here the map with all the different countries, and then it also shows here whether you can stay there only for a short time, like 1 to 3 months, or 5 to 6 months, or 1 whole year. And then sometimes it's also seasonal, so you can sometimes only stay in the summertime or winter time, but it's also written down here if you have the full list. So for example, let's take Argentina. You can stay there actually only 1 to 3 months, and both in summer and winter time. So this is just an example, and as you can see, the list of the countries is quite long for the volunteer programs. So now we're here on the side for the exchange programs, and if you scroll down, you have also again the list for the countries and also the costs for that. And again, as you can see, the list for the countries is really huge, so actually almost the whole world is covered. And here are also the prices that you can look up. And so we have also Hong Kong, we have of course the US, we have England, Japan, so actually every continent that you can think of. Okay, so now let's continue with the main video.
So crank!
We can't go crank.
And I guess all of you have been in a situation like the following. motivated in exchange here because there are a lot of opportunities to finance it. For example, AFS offers also scholarships, and you don't need to be especially smart or super brain or geek or whatever. Just be motivated and maybe you're the next one to get a scholarship.
Yeah, but there are also a lot of other funding opportunities, but this is a quite huge topic, so we will do a separate video to explain them to you. So if you still don't know the answer, you haven't watched Nelly's last video.
But don't worry, you're so lucky because you can watch it again! No, I'm serious. I mean, an exchange year is just a lifetime opportunity. It's such an experience. You learn a lot and you have a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's nothing to add to that. Simple answer, no.
But of course, we're always happy if there are volunteer parents who want to host an exchange student. That's obvious now, isn't it? I guess one of the main reasons for AFS is that they really focus on this team spirit, so you're never alone. We have this so-called AFS effect. We're all like a big family, and I think this is really important when you go abroad, especially when you're younger. You always have someone to talk to and always to share your experience with other people.
Yeah, and we also prepare you before you go abroad with certain orientation camps and events, and also that's the way how you meet the different exchange students that are also going to the country you do. For me, I was in Costa Rica for 8 weeks, so I did 4 weeks a language camp, and the other 4 weeks I was in a school with little children and teach them some English. And I stayed in a host family there because I thought I would learn much more about the culture, which was true. So I learned a lot of Spanish, of course, which was my goal, and I learned a lot of the culture in Costa Rica itself. And yeah, it was just amazing to see how the people live there, because it's definitely another culture than here in Germany or in Europe in general. And yeah, I met a lot of nice people. I learned the language. I've did so many things there. I can't even recall it right now, but I can just definitely recommend it to you to actually go abroad and do some other things and learn some other languages, and yeah, just do it. It's definitely worth it.
Okay, so for me, I have, I think, two main memories, or like important memories. On the one hand, I met two amazing girls, one of my closest friends right now. One girl is from Japan, her name is Coco. Hi, by the way. And then also Maike, you've already seen her in one of my videos. And I don't know how my life would be without them, so it's really nice to know that there are people in the world that are so similar to you, but you met them in a completely different part of the world. And yeah, and on the other hand, I guess one of my best experience when I was in Hawaii was the surfing, because the surfing was for me kind of a completely different sport. I'm usually someone who loves organizing, who loves planning all the time. And for the first time on the board, I felt like being released from everything. It was only me, the board, and the ocean. And this feeling when the sun was on my face, the salty water and the wind was so nice, and I felt like, I don't know, it was such a nice feeling for my soul. And ever since, I loved surfing, and this is one of my favorite memories from I stay abroad, because in Hawaii, it's where I learned surfing.
So if you have any questions left,
you can either write us an email here on YouTube, or just make a simple phone call to AFS, and I'm sure that they're very happy to answer some of your questions.
yeah, so I hope you enjoyed our video and we could answer you some questions.
And yeah, keep smiling, shining, and exploring as always. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and to follow us on Instagram. Have an amazing day, and see you in our next video. Bye bye.